Welcome back to the XRP holders. Appreciate you guys as always for showing so much love. Let's waste no more time and get right into today's topic, which of course is about XRP. Looking across the market, tremendous amount of green right now, for the broader market, and that is thanks to the king of the market, which again is reaching all-time high after all-time high. Haters are speechless, believe it or not. And let me tell you, in just the near future, you're going to see more and more people, becoming mega moon boys, because right now, what's happening with BTC really gives us a better understanding, what's really going to happen for the altcoin market. The altcoin market is reacting in a positive way to Bitcoin's momentum, of course. Nothing crazy in terms of, explosive moves, but I think that is also much nearer than a lot of people think. If you're looking across the board, a lot of green right now with the price of XRP currently sitting at a staggering $2.40, up 1.1% in USD, down about 1.8% in Bitcoin comparative, as to be expected, because of course the dominance is picking up at a record level. Valuation at almost $141 billion in the 24-hour trading volume, approaching $4 billion. Amazing to see. But before we get into any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So first and foremost, let's talk about this. Willie Woo says, I've never seen flows into Bitcoin coming in so smooth. It's like institutions are dollar cost averaging in with their billions. Anyone that's going to come out and tell me that, this is driven by retail, I will argue day in, day out. This is big money that is flowing in. If you're looking at the inflows, you're looking at where this money is really coming from. If you're looking at when there was massive amounts of, FUD, we were seeing these big institutions picking up Bitcoin while there was so much fear. And they're the ones that are smiling right now. And I think this is going to be a continuation as we do go into the future. Aside from just this bull market, it's not just about this bull market. They are looking at the long-term perspective, and it's harder and harder for retail to get exposure to BTC, and I think it's going to happen for multiple different assets as well. So very, very interesting. Moving forward, CZ Binance says, he feels sorry for those who sold at 77,000. You ask me that, I don't feel sorry for absolutely anyone, because at the end of the day, retracements happen in a bull market. If you go literally track record any of my videos, even during the fear zone, I was talking about how we are, even though seeing sharp decline, that is normal even in a bull market. If you look at the previous bull markets, if you look at the historic patterns, we were still in a bull market, and here we have left a lot of people speechless. And I don't feel bad for anyone that has sold Bitcoin at $77,000. It's just how it goes, because of course not everyone is going to win. At the end of the day, there's going to be winners and losers, but on the Crypto ZX channel, we want to be the winners. Look at this, $53.28 million in short positions liquidated in the past 60 minutes, which is crazy to think about. And 15 years ago today, this is madness, guys. 15 years ago, ago today, Lazalo, made the first Bitcoin transaction to buy 2 Papa John pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin, worth $40 at that time. Guess how much that BTC is worth now? $1.1 billion. And I'm sure he's regretting this. But again, it is what it is. He made history. He's still in the history books. And we're going to come and talk about this day in, day out. And this number is going to, year in, year out. This number is only going to increase as time goes by. And look at the inflows once again. Look at the inflows: 5,680 Bitcoin and 237 Ethereum were bought just yesterday. And look at this, shout out to Senator Bill. Says the baseless opposition to the Genius Act is nothing but a distraction. I think this is just a red herring. The fact is, so many in America public want to see the Genius Act passed and bring the U.S. payment system into the 21st century. Huge things coming out from a senator, guys. And now you're seeing these big people really talking positive about crypto, and regulation is needing to come to the crypto markets, for the crypto markets. And I think it's just a matter of time before we see that happening. And moving forward, look at this, breaking $5.7 trillion banking titan UBS reports surging client demand for Bitcoin and crypto assets. Are we surprised at this point? No. And believe it or not, this is not just happening with UBS. This is happening across the board everywhere in the world. Do you really think, clients are not going to their banks or their financial institutions and talking about crypto? I hope you guys know that this is already happening globally, everywhere, North America, Europe, Asia, wherever the case may be. This is already happening. And of course, under the new regulation that's coming in towards crypto markets, I think we're going to see financial industries finally being open to, really give exposure to their clientele for crypto. And I think that is obviously where things get even more exciting. And now you could really see why people talk about, the crypto bull run and this to be that big internet phase two, because of course we're in the very early stages, believe it or not, because now things are really starting to evolve and get to the mainstream, because before it wasn't really in the mainstream, and now it's really starting to get there. But very, very exciting stuff. And look at this, shout out to vet real estate tokenized on XRP ledger with actual proof on chain can be used in XRP decentralized finance. Currently, they tokenized 2 properties, it looks like, but created TL for 5 in total so far already. Slowly but surely, it's not going to happen overnight, but you can really see the power of tokenization. And I think, in the very near future, it's going to become a very big norm, when it comes to tokenizing assets. So very, very interesting stuff here. And look at this, shout out to Smoke, XRP trading platform ranked by volume, Coinbase having the biggest one, of course. If you are new to crypto, you might not know this, but Coinbase is arguably the biggest fiat gateway when it comes to people entering into crypto for the first time. So I'm not surprised that Coinbase number 1, number 2 crypto.com, number 3 Kraken. LMX Digital, don't really know what that is, and Bitstamp, of course. So very, very interesting stuff here. And look at this, 569 million worth of XRP. A whale just bought 236 million XRP from Kraken, worth a staggering $569 million. Who is this? And of course, people are getting very crazy about this. This could have been in, chunks, or it could be the exchange themselves, but this is not what's really exciting. What's really exciting is if you kind of track the wallets, the transfers that are happening, that's where I personally still speculate that, it is OTC, transactions that are happening, which is again very, very exciting to see. But let's take a look at what's happening with the price. If you're looking at the dominant 64.17%, it has gone down a little bit, of course got rejected at the 64.3% a few different times, but in the grand scheme of things, we can pop out of this key resistance and actually start retesting 64.66% for the dominant. So I think we shouldn't get really excited just yet. If you're looking at BTC right now, Bitcoin is making its way back up to $111,000. Bitcoin actually made its way up to $112,000 almost. It's pretty much in price discovery mode. I really don't want to talk about where Bitcoin goes, because anyone that's talking about where Bitcoin is going just pretty much pulling numbers out of thin air, because of course there's no resistance out here. Sky is definitely the limit right now, but there will come a time where you do see Bitcoin seeing a little bit of a retracement. But the fact that dominance did see a little bit of a downside, look what's happening with the altcoins. Look at the last 1 hour. You're seeing altcoins are really feeling the love, and that's how important the dominance really is. If you're looking at BTC, price discovery mode, as I said, XRP making its way towards the upside slowly but surely. We have retested at $2.43 a few different times, obviously a significant resistance, but the 23.6 is the level we really want to see the price going in. Once we get into this zone, guys, the fireworks really begin, in my opinion, but we're going to take it one step at a time. Thank you for all your support. We'll see you later. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that red subscribe, and we'll see you later in Crypto ZX, and peace out.